A lot can happen in a week. Some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, Charles Kuffner, who writes the Off the Kuff political blog, Jessica Brown, co-director of Houston's Station Theater, and Lisa Falkenberg, senior columnist with the Houston Chronicle. Charles, Jessica, Lisa, welcome to Houston Matters.
Thank you for having me.
Panel, another week, another story about Waymo, the self-driving taxi company owned by Google's parent company, which is coming to Houston early next year. This time, though, no, the car did not drive over someone's beloved cat or maneuver a passenger into a police standoff. Both of those things have happened in recent months, by the way. No, this time the news is not about the taxi itself so much as what happened inside of it. As the AP's Janie Haar reported last week, a San Francisco woman gave birth inside a Waymo. The mother was on her way to the hospital a week ago Monday when she delivered the baby inside the robotaxi, which, no, is not a certified doula or anything. But the cars do have cameras and microphones inside, and the company says its rider support team detected, quote, unusual activity inside the vehicle and checked on the woman while alerting 911. Mother and baby arrived at the hospital safely, and Waymo says the vehicle was then taken out of service so it could be cleaned. A driverless taxi delivers a baby and its mother to the hospital shortly after the woman gave birth inside the car. Is this good, bad, or ugly? Charles Kuffner.
I mean, obviously it's good for the mother and the baby, and for Waymo for doing the right thing here. I suppose it's bad for the old Hollywood trope of cabbies helping to deliver babies.
Yeah, this is not how a sitcom plot works.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to know that.
I disagree with that.
Honestly, the thing that struck me about this is I'm really impressed that Waymo was able to detect and intervene, because I'm thinking of other stories of autonomous taxis in which, you know, something went awry, like someone being delivered to the airport and then not let out of the cab because it didn't stop anywhere. And it's like, what? There's a number I can call and maybe speak to a human who might understand what's happening and maybe will eventually be able to fix this. That would have been a bad situation here.
Yeah.
So the fact that they figured it out and got it right, kudos to them. I hope that is more the rule and not the exception going forward.
All right. Good, bad, or ugly, Jessica Brown.
I also think that it's good for the same reasons, but I think that there is a plot here. I think that this is the next level of the movie Electric Dreams from the 80s. And I think that this is where the Waymo is falling in love with the mom and, you know, all of that, just that whole thing all over again. Having the baby in his car. The baby is now belongs to the Waymo. And I'm pretty sure that the mom is going to name the child Waylon Morris so that we can continue with this story. There is definitely a wonderful comedy plot here. Maybe a little bit dark, but
I have to say that the Waymo deciding that the child belongs to it, that sounds more like the start of a horror movie to me.
I mean, in all fairness, some of these things have been. I mean, I saw a situation in Austin where there were two Waymos following each other, and they couldn't figure out how to get out. So they literally stayed parked for like 20 minutes, and the people just stayed right in there. So to me, there is some level of that. So I think that may be why you're hearing the horror part of the story. Also, Electric Dreams was a little bit scary, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, great soundtrack, though.
Yes, good song. Yeah. Whatever happened to Lenny Von Dolan? Anyhow.
That's a good question.
The 80s ended, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. Good, bad, or ugly, Lisa Falkenberg.
Oh, it's good. I mean, this is way more interesting than my predictable, scheduled cesarean sections. And I'm going to go in a weird direction. But yeah, sometimes I think about that. I mean, there's a medical reason I had to have those C-sections after the first one. But sometimes I think about how many women are scheduling their births now. And you don't have these amazing stories to tell. Like, this woman will have a story. The kid will have a story for the rest of his or her life. But, you know, women used to go into labor, all kinds of crazy places and be rescued and be like driving themselves, and they'd have these amazing stories. And now so many women are They're just scheduling it. Hey, what time are you playing golf, doctor? Okay, let's get around your golf game. Let's do it on a Monday, 6 a.m. So anyway, it's always nice to have a few. I'm nostalgic for the painful, dramatic pregnancy giving birth stories,
That's an interesting take.
So you're saying that's not something we should give up from our let go
I'm saying
from our
let's not
past.
give that up. Natural childbirth is exciting and spice of
Panel,
life.
Champion Forest Baptist Church really goes to town with its annual Christmas spectacular. It's touted as Houston's biggest retelling of the birth of Jesus. It's 90 minutes long and features performers on the stage, in the crowd, and up in the air. The church estimates 30,000 people saw their Broadway-scale production. It also features live animals, and I think you know where this might be going. As video published by Grizzy's Hood News shows and the Houston Chronicle's Hajra Jalani reported this week, during one show last Saturday, performers led some camels through the Northwest Houston church, headed toward the stage when one of them, a camel, not one of the performers, kicked a woman in the audience with its rear leg. Emergency services were called. It's not been made clear just how badly injured the woman was, but a spokesperson for the megachurch says it regrets that this happened, that Champion Forest was in contact with the woman's family, and crucially, the church told the Chronicle they, quote, discontinued walking animals within the audience seating areas for the remainder of their shows, which ended on Sunday. No more animal parades through the audience at a megachurch after a camel-kicking incident. This is why we can't have nice things, but is it good, bad, or ugly, Jessica?
I honestly think that it's ugly. And the reason being is that animals are unpredictable, especially wild animals like camels, some of the ones that they have there. I know that they can be raised and be much milder than that they would be, but they're still wild animals. And it's something that I think that there's a lot of us that still are very concerned about that, about how animals are being treated. And that's a lot of lights. That's a lot of people. There's no way that any sort of wild animal could be prepared for something to that level, especially if they're describing it as a Broadway style production. So it's a little ugly and a little scary, I think.
All right, good, bad, or ugly, Lisa.
As long as this woman has not been grievously injured, I will say it's good. Because it should be a wake-up call as to how ridiculous. We have made Christmas into a circus. Some people are saying you're taking Christ out of Christmas. Well, Christ never advocated, for humanity to waste a bunch of money on, a circus to celebrate his life instead of, what he actually taught about, giving to the poor, taking care of the least of these, welcoming the stranger, the migrants. So how we got so far away, from that message, I think about that so often as I listen to the, people who call themselves Christians, the Christian nationalists, and this time of year particularly. So maybe this camel's just trying to, kick some sense into people.
Okay, good, bad, or ugly, Charles Kuffner.
I have a question about the camel. Where did it come from? I assume it wasn't living at the church like as a pet, where it was then called into service in December for this extravaganza.
Yeah, how do you get a camel?
So,
that's a good question.
Do you rent one?
Camels
are there camel brokers out there? And are they licensed? That's something where we don't have the time to explore it. But yeah, where did the camel come from? Does it live like on like the camel equivalent of an alligator farm where people come out to visit the camels? Hey kids, get in the car. We're going to the camel farm.
And there's a discount on Hump Day.
Yes, thank you. Very good. I like that.
Man.
And what do they?
That was for you, Craig.
What do they do with them in the off season? I have so many questions, Craig. Lisa, could you please get a Chronicle reporter on this? I really want to know.
Right
the
away,
people
right
deserve to know.
So not so much good, bad, or ugly is just confusing. Fair enough.
That works.
Finally, panel, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, first recorded way back in 1994, now holds the all-time record for most weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. Last week, music streamers sent Carey's Christmas staple back to the #1 slot for the 20th time, not consecutively, of course. As NPR's Stephen Thompson reported this week, streaming has skewed the music industry's measurements somewhat as tunes of more recent years are experiencing ever larger runs atop the charts. Until this past week, Carey's hit shared the record with Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Shaboozey's A Bar Song. But now, All I Want for Christmas Is You is all alone with the record. Is that good, bad, or ugly? Lisa.
Good, I guess. I mean, it's a great song that most people liked at least the first time they heard it, or the first 100 times they heard it. It has a positive message. It makes people feel good. We could have far, different songs make the top of that list. So I don't know what else I have to say about this. I've thought. Actually, the other day I was watching Love Actually for the first time with one of my daughters who's finally old enough. And, that song comes on at the end and it's like, man, what is it about this song that's so good, right? It's the drums. It just has a great beat. And obviously her voice is amazing. But yeah, it's there are songs I just cannot listen to anymore. I'm like, Sunny 99 point whatever, just stop playing that. But this one I usually don't turn off when it comes on. So
All right, Charles.
I mean, it's good for the song, but it's like I was thinking, y'all are familiar with Whamageddon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make it through the Christmas season without hearing Last Christmas. I got Whamageddon last year before Thanksgiving. I thought that was pretty rude. But it's like I feel like if you find that Whamageddon isn't challenging enough, play the 2.0 version, which is Mariah-geddon. See if you can make it through the Christmas season without hearing All I Want for Christmas Is You. And there really ought to be a prize for that if you can, because you're not going to be able to make it.
I intentionally saved Jessica for last. You have 90 seconds to say whatever you want
Oh
about
my gosh.
you know what. I won't bring it up.
I do. The only song that I never want to hear again is Wonderful Christmas Time. I don't care about any other Christmas song, but I swear to you that Paul McCartney almost undid every single bit of musical karma that he built up with the Beatles in this one song. And Craig knows me well enough to know that I don't care about any other Christmas song, but I do love Last Christmas, and I will send myself to Wham Holla as soon as I can just so I can listen to it over and over and over again.
I am impressed that you turned it to a positive so quickly, because we have plenty of time if there's more you want to say about Paul McCartney.
Honestly, I feel pretty good about
good.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
You're
turning over a new leaf.
I've worked really hard to get this message to be that concise, because that is my annual rant against the absolute worst song that ever existed.
I think it's The Little Drummer Boy, but to each their own.
how dare you? How dare
Wait, not the one with Bowie.
No. I mean, they come.
Just
they
the
told
traditional.
Me, the pum pum. Come on, that song sucks. I'm sorry.
Man, it's awesome.
Wow.
The question is, what song is Craig going to take us out on?
Ooh, I would not do Last Christmas. You will have some
Simply
people upset.
having-
No.
A mind-numbing Christmas time.
Out of respect for Jessica, we will not do that.
Please don't be my enemy, Lisa.
And we'll find separate elevators for the two of you to depart. But let's just say we will all be simply having
Nope.
whatever we have.
Nope.
And that's enough said about that. How about just a general happy holidays to all? Charles Kuffner writes the Off the Kuff political blog. Jessica Brown is co-director of Station Theater. Lisa Falkenberg is a senior columnist with the Houston Chronicle. Charles, Jessica, Lisa, happy holidays and thank you.
Thank you,
Craig.
Craig.
Happy holidays to everyone.